Welcome back. It's the Too Close for podcast. See how that worked out?
You're good.
Tonight we're talking about episode 204, the fourth episode from the second season. That one aired out November 10th, 1981. Wow. We've almost gone through a whole year's worth of Too Close for Comforts. Because remember, season 1 started in late 1980, and here we are at late 1981. The Prince and the Frog. It's a strange title, but it is the title of tonight's episode.
Henry and Muriel show up at the girls' apartment to tell them that the baby has kicked for the first time. And Henry seems pretty proud that he's accomplished this. Made a baby. Oh, he's beaming.
Yeah, he seems ready to take on the kid.
He's not worried about his age or anything. And they also came down to, by the way, Jackie, one of your old boyfriends called. Jackie thinks it's Chris Logan, the guy she apparently really liked in high school. But then she finds out it's Leonard Hummel, the boy who followed her around all the time and annoyed her. Because he's goofy, all sorts of things are wrong with Leonard Hummel. But Henry liked Leonard Hummel, and they thought he was a fine young man. So apparently he was coming to the house and hanging out. Jackie hopes that her dad didn't give Leonard her phone number. And then Muriel says, don't worry. All he did was invite him over to have dinner or come visit. And Jackie is not happy about this. And the parents leave because they're going out for a walk. They're having a good time. Jackie asks Sara to tell Leonard that she's not home. Tell Leonard I'm not going to be here. And then Sara says, I don't want to lie to him. And she says, you're not going to be lying. And then she goes out the door. Jackie takes off. So later, Leonard shows up at the door looking for Jackie. But Sara finds Leonard attractive. And he asks her out on a date. He's like, well, your sister's not here. Let's go have dinner. So Sara does a quick change. Because she's very, very excited because this guy has it all. He's very swarmy. You want to describe him?
He's straight out of the 70s. He's got the medallion.
The shirt that's cut down, like open shirt, so you can see like half his chest and the medallion.
The incredibly large collar.
An extra gold necklace besides the medallion. So Sara goes out with him. Later, Jackie's up when Sara gets home and thanks Sara. This is a sticking point in this episode. She thanks Sara for going out with Leonard, taking the bullet, taking one for the team, so she didn't have to do it. But then when Leonard comes up to return Sara's handkerchief that she had conveniently left in his car, she gets jealous. And then, of course, Leonard leaves. And then Sara and Jackie get into a big fight, which wakes up their parents. And then Jackie comes storming upstairs and says that she's moving in with April in the spare room. And that's pretty much the end of Act 1. That makes sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the next morning, Jackie is packing up her belongings when Sara comes home with her dry cleaning and a pizza. And then it's like old school comedy where each one dodges one another. One goes in the bedroom while the other one's in the room, so they never see each other. Sara comes in, sets the pizza down on Jackie's scarf. Jackie comes out, sees the scarf, it's got grease on it, so she takes a piece of pizza, sticks it in Sara's dry cleaning. Then Sara comes out of the kitchen with a plate. She's ready. Or I don't know what room she came out of. Was it the kitchen? Or is it her bedroom? Because that's like a side room where the record player is. Regardless, Sara comes out with a plate to eat her food. Puts on a record on her turntable and discovers the pizza is in her dry cleaning. She pulls pizza out, puts it in Jackie's purse. Jackie finds the pizza in the purse, so she takes the record, throws it out the window, and then they start fighting again. Is that about right?
Mm-hmm. Some classic sitcom moments.
Oh, it's good stuff. You have to see it.
Pretty vindictive putting that pizza slice on the dry cleaning. But, ruining that purse with the slice of pizza is pretty bad, too.
Oh, the whole thing's pretty petty, as we know we already know this. So Henry comes down, finds the two of them arguing, and tries to talk some sense into them, and says the same thing happened between me and my brother, and then we never talked again. But the girls will have none of this. Or Jackie's pretty upset, and says that Sarah's always hitting on her boyfriends. Sara says the only one that she's ever went out with was Fred Driscoll, which just sends Jackie off. Jackie just loses it. She blows up, and she leaves. And Sara goes back into her room. And Henry's just like, what do I do? So the next morning, Henry's hard at work at his Cosmic Cow. Jackie asks how long Muriel's going to be in the bathroom. And he says, she has morning sickness. I don't know how long she'll be in the bathroom. So Jackie's just like, psh. And then finally Jackie gets her turn in the bathroom. And then April shows up. We'd forgotten about April.
Yeah.
She shows up and says, how long is Jackie going to be in the bathroom? And at this point, Henry's like, I'm living with 3 women again. I'm right back from where I started. This is horrible. He's going using bathrooms all over town, all over the neighborhood. He might even be getting in the car. So Muriel tells Henry that Sarah's been sending back Jackie's mail, return to sender, or occupant address unknown, something like this, and tells him it's time to put an end to this fight. Jackie tells him that this has been going on since she was in elementary school. When Lucille Bensoner played the pretty sister in, what's the title of the show?
The Prince and the Frog.
Exactly. While Jackie played the homely sister, and after that, Henry called her Froggy Face for years, and it made Jackie always feel inferior to Sara, because she was always the homely sister. And her parents assure her that she's beautiful, and Jackie realizes that this is all in her head. It's not Sara that's got the problem, it's Jackie, because she's all hung up on not being as good as Sara. And she doesn't even know this. She didn't even like that guy, whatever. So then Jackie realizes she's the one with the problem, and then she goes downstairs, or, she says she's going to confront Sara. She's going to talk it out with Sara. That's Act 2. So downstairs, Jackie's looking for Sara, but Sarah's not home. When Leonard shows up and tells Jackie that he spent a lot of money to improve his looks, because he's always wanted to impress Jackie, because he always thought Jackie was the most beautiful girl in high school, which probably makes Jackie feel a little better. He asks Jackie to get together with him. That's what you said in the 70s. Let's get together. Jackie tells him that he's wasted his money, and he's still a jerk, and it doesn't matter what he looks like. He's still a jerk, and tosses him out. And that's the episode.
Yeah, she seems real proud of herself when she does that, too. All smiling.
Well, she's dealt with a lot of inner issues about self-esteem and whatnot. It's a good episode, I think.
Cosmic Cow totals. Well, we had our interloper, April. She was barely there, though. She wasn't even interloping. All she did was show up in a robe and complained or something.
She just wanted to use the bathroom.
Yeah. It's quite funny. I have this feeling like she was just asleep for the whole episode. I would also say Monroe was asleep the whole episode and Sara was wearing his clothes.
I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but that was 2 weeks, apparently, between... I may be wrong on that. I think it was 2 weeks between the first scene and the second part.
Well, while you mentioned that, this was production episode 206. So it was the 6th one shot, but the 4th one shown. So actually, the episodes, the remaking of Monroe and Where There's a Will, actually, I guess, go before this one, story-wise, but we don't see those until December of 1981. This is where the confusion in the intro starts to show up here soon. Once Jim J. Bullock shows up in the intro, and the next week he's not in the intro because they're showing an older episode. Kind of confusing. Like I said last time, I don't know why they did that, but they did. So, the guest stars tonight was just one, Leonard Hummel.
A classic 70s actor, 80s.
Now, we got to see Cosmic Cow. He was even talking to Cosmic Cow, or Cosmic Cow was talking. I can't say Cosmic Cow is a he because that's wrong. Henry was wearing 2, not 1, but 2 sweaters on this episode. University of the Pacific and Maryland. Who was notably absent once again? Monroe. We already mentioned that. Now, we had the freeze frame transition twice. The nighttime freeze frame transition, and we even had a daytime one, which was kind of unusual. It was a daytime one that was not the El Camino drive-by. Was there a mention of Andrew? Well, Muriel felt the baby.
He kicked her in the belly.
Yeah. And like you were saying, Henry was all beaming in the beginning of the episode, and what was the last thing he said at the end of the episode? I don't think I can handle another kid.
End of Act 2.
It had gotten all the way to that.
Let's not have another child.
Couch flip. Well, in a way, because Leonard Hummel was not finding his way around the girl's apartment very well.
I think he tripped up on one of those weird chairs.
Yeah. They really should get rid of that chair.
Dangerous.
The intro was the same as last week's episode. We actually had a case of disheveled Henry hair. This was the first mention of plastic surgery on this show, a theme that pops up over and over again. I know that's weird, but it does. We had the one-note music cue, which happened once. Under bizarreness or just plain odd happenings. The vinyl Sara puts on is pretty goofy. It's that goofy party song from episode 101. I think it's the second and last time it's used because that record gets thrown outside. Henry and his brother argument is brought up again, which is interesting because I was looking at these production numbers. The episode where Henry's brother shows up is production number 211, but it's not shown until 213, so it's another case of the getting bumped. It's like they keep talking about it, and it's like maybe it's resolved and it hasn't happened yet. We'll have to check for that, see if there's a continuity error.
We need a big whiteboard.
Yeah. Had my ears tucked back. What?
He had a lot of work done. He had his teeth capped. This guy had a lot of work done because he really wanted to impress girls.
They do the dogs?
Like Jackie. Jackie had no idea she was such a appealing person, right?
Speaking of Jackie, we had a rare fourth wall breaking at the end by Jackie as she smiles right at us as the credits begin. What did we learn this week? I learned that people point a lot in this show. And where is Monroe? I'm going to give this one a 3 on a scale of 1 to 5. I know I've been doing that a lot lately, but it's just how I feel about the April years. A lot of them are real middling to me. I enjoy them, but the show really gets up and going.
There's hardly any April.
Season 3, I know.
Like 10 seconds.
It's almost like they forgot. I know I forgot.
Oh, we're paying her this week. Well, I mean, it fit in because of the bathroom thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was episode 1, trying to use the bathroom. But now Henry has figured out a plan. He's going around town. He's going to get a sandwich while he goes. You know, he's going to use the delicatessen, use their bathroom.
So we'll be back next week doing episode 205, which was actually production number 208. It's the first episode where Jim J. Bullock's in the intro. It's called What's Our Rush? Huey wants to know the sex of his grandchild, but Henry and Muriel don't want to know.
So this episode would have supposed to have taken place after?
Yeah, like
the
3
next
weeks
episode?
after, yeah. It's crazy.
That has nothing to do with his brother, so that's okay.
But there's a lot going on in that episode, so
What a family.
tune in.
You can hear my show on Stitcher. Stitcher is radio on demand. Download the free app today. Listen anytime, anywhere.
Create custom playlists. Rate and review my show on Stitcher. And over 4 million car dashboards.
On demand and on the go. No downloading, no syncing, no wasted memory. Stream your favorite podcasts. Don't have Stitcher? Download it free today at Stitcher.com or in the App Store.